Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we have a data download. They tweeted out details, EZA details for Bardock Gine, BROLY, CHEELAI Lemo, as well as the BROLY and Paragus. Those three characters are getting an EZA here. And then within a couple of minutes of them tweeting the details out, we of course got a data download as well. So let's just go ahead and jump in, take a look at the details for these characters. So Broly, CHEELAI, and Lemo, they are on a few category teams. Remember, they are on movie bosses and super bosses and power wishes, right? So this is a character that historically hasn't really had teams, but I would say that there's actually a couple of different setups that we could be rocking the Broly, CHEELAI, and Lemo on now, which is good. Okay, so they're at movie bosses category key 4 and 150% of stats, or extreme physical 4 key and 100% of stats. Okay, they get 30% attack and defense for each key sphere obtained. That's good. Then they're getting an extra 10% attack and defense when it's a physical key sphere. Okay. They get I think what is it 2 key per key sphere. Okay, sure. Then they get for AGL or STR key spheres. When you get those, all allies get 2 key and 39% attack. And then if you get int or tech orbs, all allies get 2 key and 39% defense. Okay. Now, what was that in base? It was just the stats. Now they get the additional key on top of it as well. Okay. When you get a rainbow key sphere, all allies get 2 key, 15% attack and defense. That is interesting. That is an interesting addition right there. Huh. Okay. They get 39% attack on super attack. They get a guaranteed additional super when your key is 24. And then damage reduction goes up by 10% for movie boss or super bosses category characters. So I would be very curious to know when exactly this is triggering right here. Like, is this character, like, okay, are you going to need to put them, like, in slot 1 for them to attack? They're at 24 key, and then the damage reduction is going to kick in? This would not surprise me if they need to be, like, the characters that would get the buff from this would be characters that go after them in rotation, because I imagine they need to attack for this. But I don't know. They just get a high chance to die. That is a massive buff right there. That is big. Just bam. They just now have a high chance to dodge. They, of course, like always, have their guaranteed dodge at 7 key sphere. And then, yeah, this is where... Okay, this is... I mean, okay. I mean, it's nice. It's fine. It's fine, right? When HP is below 60%, they'll turn... another type key sphere into a physical key sphere. But the crazier ability is this. Because it makes them just like the attribute EZA characters. Change all key spheres to physical once when HP is below 39%. That's pretty good. I don't know how good this character is. I could very easily see them being the best EZA, I think, in the game. I think pretty easily. But I'm not sure. Because it's like orbs is still going to be the biggest thing. I suppose, I mean, we could run Broly's team, in which we easily could have Gogeta on there as a Rainbow Orb Changer. And bam, you know, we're good to go. And then you have the Int Golden Frieza. You'd have them. I mean, that would be a very, very strong team. I don't know. I mean, this is probably the best EZA, because the best EZA besides them would be UI Goku. Um, UI Goku is very strong. Yeah, we'll see. It would depend, I think, on some turns. But they're gonna be much more. One thing I like that they did was they just gave them this, because before I was never nearly as big of a fan. Because the difference between me and a lot of people in the community is I am typically looking at things from the perspective of things going wrong, right? Whereas a lot of the other community, they just pretend it's everything is perfect conditions all the time, right? And that's one reason why I didn't like this character as much. But now, to at least that minimum have 50% dodge is a real asset here. I think that this character will get a lot of value. Definitely a nice addition to help out Broly and stuff like that. Remember that this character does have big bad bosses as well. So if you're going to mix in some villain characters on Broly's team, that will help them out too, which is good. Yeah, not bad. This looks like a good EZA to this looks like a good EZA to me. We have Bardock and Gine. Now, I don't know why they did this. Well, I mean, I guess I sort of know why. Well, this one, I don't know why they picked this guy's EZA medal. That doesn't really make a ton of sense. But this was a character that awakened from 5th anniversary Blue Gogeta. So they're not going to use his EZA medal, and they chose Mass Saiyan. It's kind of weird. It just looks stupid. I don't know. I don't know that I like this decision to do this. What they should have did is they should have just made these two have their own EZA. I'm not sure. I mean, people will say, oh my god, they're so cheap, they can't give us 30 stones. But, like, obviously they can through this anniversary. I mean, they're going to be going crazy. So I'm not really too sure what the point is. But, I mean, we'll see. So let's see. So they get 122% attacking even start a turn. If there is a Goku on the team, 4 key, 122% attack and defense. Then recover 22% HP once when HP is below 50%. Okay. 22%? Sure. If there is a bond of parent and child, category ally in the rotation, 122% attack and defense when attacking, 122% attack when there's a movie boss's enemy, when there's a Frieza enemy, 4 key, 122% attack and crit. Wait, is that, wait, what? Is that it? Okay. Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, they're trash. They suck. What? 100%. Oh, that's good. 100% attack and defense right there? No. It's 100% attack and then 30% defense for one turn. Okay. Attack and defense of all allies except self by 22% for 2 turns. Okay. So they are a multiple turn support. And then they're active. This is when Gine comes in. HP under 80%, 4th turn on. I feel like that's pretty easy to get, right? Cures all abnormal statuses. This could be a big deal. Keep in mind that so like, let's say part 2 or part 3 has difficult fights where there's locks involved, which is going to happen because Broly, we're going to get there in 2 seconds, but it's going to be difficult fights for the anniversary LRs, right? So Broly is probably going to be locking, because they always do that. A lot of Brolys end up locking, right? I think Broly does that in his Dokkan event. Gine with this could heal, like, you know, if Broly would lock with that. So that active skill could be good. Let me revisit here. Okay, so 122%, another 122%, another 122%. There's just attack, and this is attack. I don't know. I think that this unit might be okay-ish. Like, you could do shenanigans with multiple turn supports, of course, but they couldn't have gotten nothing, man. Like, this feels a little weak to me, right here. This is not good. We're 2024, right? Like, this is not going to cut it. They're passive right there. No way. Broly and Paragus. Now, before we get started, yeah, Pure Saiyan join forces, so keep this in mind, right? So, they are not on Broly's team or anything like that. When performing a super, they get 150% attack and defense. Then a high chance they get an additional super. Okay. Every time you super, 26% damage reduction for that time. Oh, no, they suck. No, they're trash, dude. I hate... Let's... Every time you super in turn, they get 26% damage reduction. Pure Saiyan or join forces, 3 key, 50% stats. If there is a Pure Saiyan enemy or superhero enemy, 3 key, 180% attack, and a high chance of an additional super. I mean, listen, yeah, this is not a character I'm gonna like. You guys know I'm not good with additional super chances, and this is just like this is not. No, I'm not really the biggest fan of this. I don't know. This is the biggest part of the mechanic of LR Broly and Trunks I hate. Right, I hate that so much. They have the nice support. I mean, you probably only want to use this character against one of these enemies anyway. This is just a character that's just not going to get much run, right? They do stack defense, immense damage, lowers enemy attack. It's just, you're just going to have no opportunity to use this character ever. I mean, they got shafted back in 2018 when they weren't put into movie bosses, and then they got shafted in 2024 when they weren't put on super bosses. So that hurts them. I'm not crazy about either of these two. I think that this is very possibly the best EZA character in the game, though. Broly, CHEELAI, and Lemo. I did mention it, but there's the Dragon Ball Super movie memorial battle, by the way. There's only 2 stages. Guys, who do you think part 2 is going to be? It's Beast and Cell Max, yeah. Yeah, you guys lost. It's Beast and Cell Max. Yeah, it's Beast. Beast is coming. Oh, hell yeah, dude, he's coming. So, there we go. We had some good stuff here. Let me know what you guys think of Broly, CHEELAI, and Lemo, and I'll catch y'all next time.